go this way.
Of course.
Take it slow. So steep. So this is how the story happened in this island. First one is a Chinese came here, meet with the native Filipino, Malay. No barter because we have a lot of gold in this country. So it means they are sharing to the Chinese because Chinese is just only give it to the native Filipinos to sell cloth of porcelain jars. And this is the Spanish people came here when they founded the big spices in this island. So what they did is just to have it to convince them at the same time as a Catholic and religious belief. And that's the time that Magellan's tried to convince the leader that we have it, a soldier. It needs call it Lapu-Lapu. Then Magellan was died in the Mactan Island, killed by the spears with the native Filipino, not the Lapu-Lapu. So that's how the spears, they threw it to the Magellan or the Spaniards people so that they will kill because the spears that we have it is a poisonous. It's a putting poisons because if you are hitting that spear, it means that suddenly we're collapsing because every time that they have it through to you, it may be going to die.
Wow.
But this house was having a church beside. This is how the constructions and that's how it looked like. And this is the current family, the 10th generation. He's the one who decided to let and open the house to the public.
Wow.
And then this is the house, make it a residence. This is not a part of the national heritage. This is a residence family. They use for it to share for everybody so that they will remember that how it used to the Filipino, how it look like the houses of the Filipino Chinese because we call it Filipino Chinese is a chinito or chinita or we call it the mestizos mestiza. That the reason that the Filipino Chinese they used to living in this area because they want to sell it only to do business. Then all the art furnitures that we have it because we are the island of the trading market that happened. And feng shui of the Chinese believing so much that's the main entrance of the door is this side facing the sun always that they have it. This is not the main entrance. This is used only for the business purposes in the lower part. But as the Filipino, we use the lower part, call it silong. It's more on chicken or more on animals that we have living here because those chicken egg we used to it for cooking and the same for Filipino. Okay, this is the Chinese version of the image of the Holy Family because the Chinese is a Buddhist. But when they converted here in this island, to become a Roman Catholic, that's the time they will get married in the Spanish. Because when the Spanish colonized in this island, the Chinese wants to live here, but the Spanish they don't want to stay longer in this island. What did the Chinese do? They changed the family name into a Spanish word. Because like example that we call it the Gokongwe, the richest country, the richest family that living in this island of Cebu. We call it Gokongwe, but the original Go and turn into We so that it will be known as a Spanish people that they're living in this country. That's the reason that Filipino Chinese stay longer in this island so that it will be having a business more because they saw this island is a lot of gold that they get. That's why we have a Virgin Mary and the whole family that we have it. It's a Chinese.
Wow.
That's what we call it, the chinky eye, or the chinito, or the chinita that they get. It's Spanish word that they get. This is how it looked like. Even my face is also a chinky eye. That's why we call it the Chinese or Korean something. Can we move here? This is the image of the Virgin Mary. Mostly they make it this one is from Bohol. It's a wood carving. If you see this one, this is not good enough color, but when you're taking picture with it in your camera, the color will be appear. That's the reason that the Filipino people make it with this. And sell it to the foreign people or sell it to the Filipino wealthy family to have it like this. That's the Virgin Mary. Then our Santo Niño here is the color black. It represents that we are Filipino black. And also originally brought by Magellan is a brown because this island's culture that they have color is a brown. That we call it Malay. But this one, it's the Santo Niño that represents that we have it. When the Spaniards colonized us, this is the time that our Santo Niño image is showing their boots and showing their shoes, showing their shorts that they have it because we are the Spaniards in this country colonized by it during the time. So this is how the image of the Santo Niño represents that they have it. Because the other Santo Niño that never show their boots. This is what we have it here right now. In here, this is our chicken. Chicken, when you horn the chicken, this is our alarm clock, you know. We don't have a watch the time. We don't have a clock. So what we did is just to sleep in early morning, and this is the time that they call it for us to wake up and to clean and everything that you are preparing for your family or cook for food, but at the same time. We have a big celebration for it, like a birthday, anniversary. We need to cook outside of our backyard. We used to have like this. And those are the 10th generation, the style of the Spanish and the style of the Spanish and the Chinese combination with because of the color that they have it, they used to have it. That's how they use for a Chinese, because we've been seeing already the culture of the Chinese, and we've been seeing also the culture of the Arab and also the Spanish people. That's why we are combining it together, so that this is the identity of the Filipino country that we have here. So that's our popular kids that you guys see. So that's how they do barter and trade with the Chinese. Filipino call it the pintados people because we have a lot of tattoo. Tattoo is represents that you are a good fighter and good soldier. This is how the reason the tattoo that we have it. 70s, 80s, 90s tattoo is represents that you are a danger person. You are not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to. You're not qualified to apply your job because you have tattoo. But tattoo right now is a passionate that we are showing to everybody that we get. That's the reason why you tattoo, and that's I call it the tattoo people. And that's the boat used for trading. A big huge tree. Call it. That's the glass balls. Call it buoy or boya. They use for it for only for fishing. At the same time, we are, like the landmark that you have to land it here. And this is all our anito. We call it the anito that we are believing for God. At the same time, we are believed for natures. But suddenly the Spanish took over. That's the time that we are believed with the Santo Niño. That we call it Santo Niño is a baby Jesus when arrived here in this country. Because those are the miraculous child that we have it found here. That's how the reason the Santo Niños Magellan brought here in Cebu and give it to our queen. That's the believer that we have it. So much faith for our God that we get. That's how the reason the Filipino believe so much with the image of the Santo Niño in this country at the same time. That's why some of the other places they also believe with the image Santo Niño, and they pray for the Basilica, the Santo Niño Church that we get. That's the history happened in this country. Because we are believing some other, this kind of anito that we so much believe.
Beautiful.
And then our national leaves is this one. This is used for a fun for a king, you know. And at the same time we use for the nipahat, or use for the roof for having. Then if you have a well in your backyard, it means that you are a wealthy family.
Wow.
This is the original well. Flatted, we add on this corals. Corals is for protection for the people of we have it. This is how the reason, and we love so much bonsai because of the Chinese and the Japanese also love it too. Chinese mostly used to have the bonsai. And this is also all that I can say and all I can show to you in this house.
Thank you. Say your name again. And
my name is Lloyd Galansoga. I'm been a curator, at the same time a freelance tour guiding the whole city of Cebu. That's why I've been entertaining you. Thank you so much. Thank you.